It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Can't believe I'm here with my buddy under the Sydney Harbour Bridge with that amazing city behind us.
I mean, mate, I am so excited. I can barely contain myself. Look at it.
Well, I think I found a vehicle that everyone would want. If you're going to turn up in a country like this and you want to get out there and explore, you're going to need certain things, like a roof over your head, some big windows to look out of.
Camper.
It's a camper van. You're going to love this one.
Amazing. Lead the way.
Well, before we do, can we get another selfie? I think I have my eyes shut. Yes, look at that. Nice one. Coming in. G'day, Australia. Struth. It's hot out here.
Are you trying to get us punched?
I have lined up, I think, the perfect vehicle for us to go and see. In 1972, bay window, VW. It's not a camper, this is a bus, a VW bus. It could be the perfect blank canvas for us to make the ultimate sort of go-anywhere camper van. Aussies, they love their V8s and utes, but when it comes to exploring this great, vast nation, nothing beats a camper van. And there's none more iconic than a VW Type 2.
With its roots in the 1950s, the VW camper, or Combi as it's known down here, is still the go-to choice if you want to get away from it all in style.
Which is why prices are usually higher than the Sydney Harbour Bridge. But I might have just found us a bonza Aussie bargain. It's a bit of a, well, a blank canvas because it's had some heavy lifting done. It's had some paint work and a bit of body work done to it. It's also had some work done to the engine. So it looks great in the pictures. And when I spoke to the owner, Greg, it sounds fantastic.
How much is it?
Well, he's asking anywhere between 35,000 and 37,000 Australian dollars.
Mate, that's like 15, 16 grand UK money. That is ridiculously cheap. Is that not a red flag?
Well, it could be a red flag. I mean, it could have been in an accident, could have rust on it. We won't know that until we're standing in front of it.
Yeah. So we've got to make sure it's a reliable vehicle and one that can look after its occupants no matter where it ends up.
And that's going to be the tricky part because we need to do all of that within a budget and still turn out a profit and a vehicle that me and you are proud of.
Fingers crossed then, mate. Exciting.
The current owner of the Type 2, Greg, has got it up for sale at a workshop at the edge of the city.
All right, well, put your foot down then. We need to get there before it gets snapped up by some backpackers.
Oh, mate.
That looks incredible.
Look at it.
You must be Nick.
Yes.
Nick, how you doing? I'm Mike.
Hey, Nick. Elvis.
How you going?
Nice to meet you.
Have you had a good look around it yourself?
Yes. It's very clean. It's got a couple of little niggly things being an old car.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So there is room for improvement.
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, mate, can me and Elvis just have a good look round it?
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Nick.
No problem at all.
First and foremost, mate, bull bars. These are not even legal, I don't think, in England anymore, are they?
No, but they don't have kangaroos in England,
No, that is very true. I absolutely love the colour.
The interior.
Seats are lovely, aren't they? Look at those seats. Look how straight it is down the side. Right, in the back, that is a 2-litre.
That is, yeah. It's not the old little 1.6.
No. Split tailgate. Can already see, you know, room for improvement.
You're right. It's nothing in there. It's a blank canvas, isn't it? It's not a long-range camper right now.
No, I mean, it's just a bus. You ain't going to do any long journeys in this, are you?
No.
Well, let's have a look inside.
I mean, look at this. I'm going to
Look
pop
at
in.
that space. That is fantastic, isn't it?
It's even got the old pop top, of
Nice.
course. We'll see if it pops up.
Let's have a look outside. Go on, Elvis, you can do it. Oh, yes, baby, look at that.
And it means that you have full capacity to stand up. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? But right now, it is just an empty shell. You can't live in this. Right, let's have a look.
Oh, it's a bit damp.
Yeah, a couple of things. I mean, look, fuel pump looks like it's leaking.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one back there. Yeah, you don't see them like this in the UK, do you?
No, they don't put salt on the roads down here, so you end up with a dry-looking chassis. Well, I suppose the only thing left for us to do is to drive it.
Yeah, can't wait.
Mate, I've got tray plates, which is good. That means we can drive it out on the roads. And I was thinking, why don't I just sit in the back and experience it?
I'll chauffeur you.
Yeah, nice one.
Right, ready, mate?
Yep. There is method to my madness. While my driver does all the hard work up front, I can focus on how we transform this old bus into the ultimate camper. Do you know the one thing that you get from sitting in the back of one of these is the amount of room back here. You can see why they lend themselves to become a camper van. What's it feel like?
The engine, really pokey. The one thing I've noticed is the gear change is very sloppy. I mean, I know they are, but twice now I've gone to try and get it into gear and not quite managed it.
I can see it from back here.
Yeah.
See if you can find a gear.
Just trying to find a gear.
Yeah,
it's
go
like
on, try
fishing.
that one.
You got to fish for
Yeah,
a gear.
Go on. Where is first in that box?
I'll let you
there.
know. Yeah, I got it.
The other thing to think about as well is just how we equip the back of this vehicle to make sure that we get a long-range camper that people can really explore Australia. They want different requirements out here, surely, than we want back in the UK or in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, over there, it's all going to be about having a heater and, you know, having a gas burner where you can cook something. Where here, it's more likely to be a barbecue. You'll cook outside, but you're going to want to carry a lot more water. Plus, it's unlikely that you're going to find anywhere you can hook into power. So you're going to want independent power, like a solar panel. So it is a kind of different challenge for us to come up with a self-sufficient vehicle that can survive on its own.
The biggest challenge is doing that within a budget where we've still got room for profit at the end of it.
Yeah, it's going to be down to me to try and work some deals, to try and spend as little as we can to get the maximum we can out the back of this vehicle. It'd be an absolute thrill to own this. So let's get back, let's jump on a video call with Greg, and let's see if we can put a deal together.
Yeah, nice.
Greg offers over 35,000 Australian dollars. A great price if you want a bus to take to the beach.
But turning this empty shell into a camper could cost us a small fortune, so we need Mike to work his magic.
Greg, it's Mike and it's Elvis.
Hey, Greg.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you both?
We're very, very well. How are you?
Terrific.
OK, well, listen, we've been out for a ride in the Type 2 and we've had a really good look round it. And we like what we see. It's a really good vehicle and we can see you've done some good work to it.
I found that combi in a chook shed about 10 years ago and I rebuilt it from the ground up.
Well, mate, you've done an amazing job to it. You really have. There's a couple of little things that need adjusting, like the gear shifter, and we'd very much like to buy it. I was wondering if you'd take $30,000 for it.
Mike, look, I was hoping to get closer to 40. I know it needs a little bit of work, but yeah, let's keep talking. I've got 6 starving children to feed.
Very good. What would you take for it? What's the best you'll take for it?
35?
Would you do 34 and we'll have a deal?
34 if you promise to love it forever.
Oh, well, I'll love it as long as I own it. How about that?
Yeah, that's good.
I'll get the money paid across.
Thanks,
and
Greg.
from me and Elvis, you got yourself a deal, so well done.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, $100 bills.
I'll transfer it. See you later, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye.
It's going to be a huge task to turn this old beach bus into a proper camper.
Just as well, I got us some space at a garage that specialises in custom projects just like this.
Oh, mate, look at all these cars.
Welcome to our new home. It's great, isn't it?
It looks amazing.
Right, let's go meet the owner. That's amazing. Hi guys, we're looking for Adam.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you, Adam. Mike Brewer. Nice to
G'day.
meet you.
Hey, Adam.
How are you?
Elvis, you must be
James.
James, nice to meet you, fella.
James and Elvis. Good to see you, man.
First and foremost, walking in here, we're sort of blown away, if I was to be honest with you. Well, I can see these proper muscle cars around us. I hope you're happy for us to bring in something that's only got a little air-cooled 2-litre engine. We've got a Type 2 Volkswagen. We sort of want to turn it into a really good sort of backpackers vehicle.
Yeah, they're really popular here with backpackers and the like for travelling around Australia. You know, it's a big, you know, wide open land, so road trips are really popular here. You know, if you get it set up right, I think it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
we are in
good.
the right place, aren't we?
Absolutely, mate.
Do you have a coffee machine?
Yeah, check.
Do you have a toilet?
Yep.
Mate, we're good to go, aren't we?
You had me at coffee machine. I love it.
Thanks, Adam.
Cheers.
As well as an epic workshop, I've also brought us in a bush mechanic called Johnsy, who knows a thing or two about building cars that can survive in the Aussie outback.
As long as you've got spare tyres, you've got plenty of water, and of course you need plenty of fuel. Reliability is a big one. You need to be prepared for the scrub, otherwise, you know, 2 days and you're dead.
Listen, I've got a load of running around to do. I've got to go
mate.
and get some bits. I'm going to leave you two to it.
We've got loads
Good
to
luck.
do. Nice one, man. Right, let's grab some tools.
Before our bus can head out on the open road and conquer the outback,
I'll tell you what, brother, she's pretty tidy under here.
It's not bad, is it? Yeah.
we need to work out what's causing those sloppy gear changes.
If you take that out, I might be able to slide the linkage back just some tiny bit short of getting it off the
are you?
peg
Okay,
at this end.
all right.
And we can't let anyone drive off into the wild blue yonder until we're sure it's 100% mechanically sound.
Number one killer of people who get stuck in the bush is when you leave your vehicle.
Yeah.
Never leave your vehicle. But people just think, oh, it's only down the road, I'll go and try and find someone.
Yeah.
And all they find is goannas and kangaroos.
Yeah.
Clearly, a trip out into the countryside here is a bit more high stakes than back at home, so we need to make sure these gear linkages are reliable.
This bush, which is at the base of that long gear lever, has got an enormous amount of play in it. That's why it feels so loose in the cockpit. There's a little, I think it's like a nylon bush in here, which is almost certainly where the play is. So that, I'm pretty sure, will almost certainly have to be changed.
While Johnsy gets acquainted with the rear bushes, I'm working on tackling the ones at the front.
If I can give you 5 or 10 mil, do you reckon you can get it from the front?
It might be enough. I'm going to put a little bit of lube on this end, maybe introduce a hammer. That always helps.
Yep.
Right, I'm just going to start giving this a whack, so just mind your fingers.
Give it in, brother. Give it in.
Yes, you beauty.
Oh, deadly, brother. Good job. How's it looking?
Bit second hand.
Oh, it looks like a curtain rod, that one.
It's that little bit in there that's worn out.
And things aren't any better at the rear.
So that's one of the bushes there, and that's the...
That's not the most refined bit of kit, is it?
Looks like it's been there for a while.
Does
Yeah.
it?
And once that breaks, you've got no gear change whatsoever, and if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you haven't prepared beforehand, it'd be a bit of a predicament you'd be in.
We've come to a land down under. Get this, right up in Australia's Northern Territory, there's a town called, ready? Humpty-Doo.
No, there is not. You're making that up.
There is, I'm deadly serious.
Humpty-Doo. Well, we've just got to go there, haven't we?
It's a 42-hour drive, mate, we ain't going there.
OK, maybe not then.
We're on a mission to convert this old VW Type 2 bus into the ultimate camper. And with the gear linkages almost fixed, it's now one step closer to the wilderness.
Right, there we go. Doesn't look like much, but that tiny little plastic bush, together with what Johnsy's doing down the back end, should just improve that gear linkage a small amount, but importantly, make it much more reliable. Just got to get it back in now.
Whilst Elvis and Johnsy gear up for hitting the road, I'm on my way to cook us up a decent profit by finding a standout kitchen for the back of our bus. Oh, yes, a proper wood chop. Hi, guys. Looking for Dan?
Yes, it's me.
Dan, nice to meet you. I'm Mike.
Hey, nice to meet you, mate. How
And
are
you,
you?
buddy? Yeah, not bad at all. This looks all right. Good chop,
Yeah,
isn't it?
absolutely.
Well, what I'm after is something that I can cook, clean and eat from in the back of a Type 2 Volkswagen van.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, why don't we go down the other end of the shop where it's a bit quieter and take you through some of the options?
Top man. So I'm thinking inside, you know, against that wall inside, we could put a burner, you know, something to cook
cooktop.
on.
So what I'll do is I'll show you a component of one of the kits. So you'll see that front there kitchen that pulls out the side door.
Oh, you're
And I'll
kidding
just
me.
pull to it. There, it's like...
What?
So we can just do this unit as a standalone piece, you see. So you've got room there for your cooktop. You've got this bench top that folds out, so you can chuck a sink on there, you can prep your food on there. And then you've got a nice bit of space here to chuck in a fridge, you know, and a bit of store some pots and pans there.
OK, well, that's caught me by surprise. I was thinking it would be the other way round, against the wall of the van.
In like the smaller low roof vans, generally people go being able to pull it out the side so you can actually stand at your kitchen so you're not cooking bent over. sort of thing.
I
So-
already love it, honestly.
Yeah, perfect.
Don't get me wrong, I already love it. That is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely,
And that's
mate.
not what I come here for. I come here for
Yeah,
something
right.
in my head completely different.
What I'll do is I've got a unit over here, which is a slide-out kitchen, just to give you an idea of what the actual concept is like. So
Go
follow
for it,
me.
yeah.
So here's one, and this was one that's designed to pull out the back of a van, but this is this kitchen drawer. So this sort of pulls out like this. You've got space here for your cooktop. You've got a little storage space.
Perfect. I absolutely love it. Hopefully, Elvis can fit this crafty kitchen solution into our combi. Then I can treat him to a brewer bush burger.
But our romantic outback meal for two is going to have to wait, because no bush-ready buyer is going to touch our van unless we can plug in some power.
One thing that Australia is definitely blessed with is sunlight. We got loads of it here, and so I've gone for this. It's a solar panel. It's one of the best of the solar technologies, converting between 15 and 20% of the sun's energy into usable power. That's more than most. It's also very thin and can be manufactured in small sections, taking up less roof space, perfect for an application like ours. It is difficult to manufacture, and that makes it expensive. This kit, including the panel, the battery, a box, and all the wiring and everything that goes with it, came in at just over $1,000. But if we want to turn out a vehicle that can disappear off the grid for long periods of time, we need it.